Students, in this video we'll take up material issues. So as we know that in any organization, the purchase department will purchase or procure the raw materials required as per the demand or the requirements of the production department, and in turn the purchase department will hand over the materials. Once it is procured, it is handed over, or it is supplied to the stores department, and the stores department in turn will supply it to the production department. That is, this is called as the issue of materials to the production department. And the stores department has a major role to play here. They have to, first of all, they have to procure the raw materials from the purchase department, and it has to be properly sorted out as per the different the quantity and as well as the characteristics of the materials, and it has to be stored appropriately. And the next task is issuing the materials whenever is required by the production department on the basis of a material requisition order. So on this basis, the stores department will issue the materials. At the time of issue, the stores department has to price the materials. So it is called as pricing, and then it has to be issued. And for pricing the materials, because the stores department would receive the materials at different points of time from the purchase department. So even if the classification and the characteristic of the material received is the same, it will be received by the stores department from the purchase department at different points of time, depending on the timing of the procurement by the purchase department. So therefore, these materials are to be stored, and it has to be issued on the basis of the prices at which it was originally purchased by the purchase department. So this task is what is very, very critical for a stores department, which is called as pricing, and then it has to be issued to the production department. And for pricing of the materials, we have four major methods here. So these methods are like this. So the first method is called, first method of pricing the materials is called as first in first out method, or it is very popularly called as FIFO method. And the second one is called as the last in first out method, or it is also termed as LIFO method, last in first out method. And then we have what is called as the average stock pricing method. Under average stock pricing method, we have simple average method and weighted average method. So these are the four methods of pricing the raw materials to the pricing the raw materials at the time of issue by the stores department to the production department. So let us look into these four methods one by one now. The very first one is the FIFO, or it is also termed as the first in first out. First in first out. So what is first in first out? That means the materials which are received first by the stores department will be issued first to the production department. So this is called as first in first out method. So what is the pricing here? The pricing is nothing but whatever the materials which are received in the first procurement, at the rate of procurement, at the same rate of procurement of the first materials received will be issued at the same rate to the production department. That means the rate of receiving the materials and rate of issuing the materials will be the same. So that means whatever is required, whatever is received by the stores department from the purchase department in the order of chronology on the basis of the date, that is one date after another date, so that will be issued to the production department in the same order. Suppose, say for example, as on 1st of some particular month, say assume that, well, let us take it as say the 1st of April, they have received 500 units of some raw materials. So in that case, so until the issue of 500 materials or 500 raw materials, or let us take it as units here. So until the first procurement of 500 units are exhausted, so the next consignment or the next procurement will not be touched until then. So this is called as the first in first out. That means the materials received first will be issued first to the production department, so which is called as FIFO method. And the other one is the opposite of it, is called as LIFO method. So as the name itself describes here, last in first out method. That means the materials which are received latest, that is at the end, will be issued first to the production department. So this is the quite opposite of that. So this is not in the order of chronology, but whichever the material which is procured by the stores department at the end, or we will say at the last one, so that will be issued first to the stores department, to the production department. So it's called as LIFO method. And then we have under average stock pricing method, we have simple average method. So under simple average method, the simple average of materials received will be considered. Say for example, some materials are say received at X rate, and some other materials after some time are received at say Y rate, and some other materials are issued at say Z rate or red price. So all these materials are taken together. That means whatever the quantity, and this pricing will be divided by the simple average here. So see here we had 3 different prices, so it is divided by 3. So like that, if it is 4 divided by 4, and if it is different 5 different prices, it will be divided by 5. So it is called a simple average method. So here the quantity is not taken into account, but only the different prices are taken into account, called a simple average method. Under the weighted average method, so what we do is we take the quantity as well as the price at which it is received. For example, 10 units of metals are received say at rupees 2. So this is taken as 10 into 2 as say 20 rupees. Say another 5 units are received at rupees 3 per unit. So this will be 50 is 15 like this. So this is again divided here. So this becomes 35, and this 35 is divided by how many units? 15 units here. So this is divided by 15. So this is called as the weighted average pricing method. So like this, these are the 2 different methods which are used in pricing the raw materials at the time of issue here. And for accounting the issue, that means the stores department has to maintain a proper accounting documentation for the issue of materials here. So this document which is prepared by the stores department for the issue of raw materials to the production department is called as stores ledger account. A stores ledger account will have 3 different columns here. Okay, so here the first column is the date column, that is the date of issue is taken down here, and apart from the date, here we have 3 different columns here. Each column is subdivided again, say like this. So this is subdivided like this. So now okay, each of the 3 sections here, you can see the 3 columns in each section like this. Now the first section is called as the receipts. So whatever received by the stores department are entered here. The particulars of all the commodities received, or all the materials received here. And the second section is the issues. So whatever is issued to the production department, the particulars of that materials will be entered in the second section. And in the third section here, this is called as the balance. So under the balance section, so what we do is we enter all the particulars of the materials which are remain in stock. So here what we do, so here the date is entered. So date of 50s. So there may be 3 different characteristics here. One is the receipt, that means whatever is received will be entered here. And suppose on another date there will be some issues here. If it is an issue of raw material to the production department, then the issues are written here. And if there is no receipt or no issue, so in that case, so the balance is entered here. So for example, so under again the receipt column, we have 3 different columns here. The first column will be the quantity column, whatever the quantity of raw materials issued. And the second column is, say, this is the rate at which it is received by the stores department. And the third column is the amount. Amount is the quantity multiplied with the rate will be entered here. The same columns will be repeated in all the 3 sections here under issues and also as well as the balances. So this is again the quantity, the rate at which it is issued, and the amount of issue. And again the balance column again, so we have the quantity which remains in stock, and the rate of these quantity which remain in stock, and then the total amount of that stock. So like this, so here we have date column, receipt column, issue column, and balance column. And each of the receipt, issues, and balance column, we have 3 sub columns here in each section here: quantity, rate, amount, quantity, rate, amount, quantity, rate, amount. It is like that. Say for example, on say assume that is on 1st April. So we have say received, say assume that 100 units of some raw material at say rupees 10 per unit. So in that case the total amount of this is rupees 1000. So this is 1000, and assume that there is no issue here, so nothing is entered here, and the balance is the same is balance because there is no issues here. There is no the issue of the raw materials. Whatever is received will be shown in the balance column. Again it is repeated. So again this is 100 at the rate of 10 rupees for each material, and the total amount of stock is 1000 rupees.